Okay, I think it's working. Seems like it's started. Okay, cool. So welcome to another live on in my channel. So today will be kind of a demonstration on how to keep going even when you're completely tired. So as it has been a pattern, I need to figure out maybe a different day and time to do these things, but we're going to keep going. So for today, I was thinking we're going to continue from last week, and if you haven't watched, no problem. I'll summarize, and it's you don't need to see last week's. But we're going to continue developing the same application, and then go from there. Like I've got some goals, and as always, I'm going to be taking it a bit semi-random. Let's see how that goes. So before I start, actually, last week, or sorry, 2 days ago, Gemini announced a new improved Gemini 2.5 Pro, and it's better at coding. So I don't think it's available yet on Cursor, but maybe we can find a way to get it there, and it would be cool to use it today. So that plugs well into what I was doing. So I was using AI from start to finish, trying to not touch code whatsoever, to build an automation for my workflow. So what we built last week was to go from a link to a live, and then have it download the transcripts and figure out just provide the suggestions for how to clip the video to create some shorts. So we call it Clipify Live. There was no name. We also had someone some more active comment section, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, so let's see how that goes. Today I had some new ideas. We also need to tidy up the code from last week, so that's why you don't need to watch it. You'll just get up to scratch. One downside I just realized is, as I was thinking about today, one downside of just using AI is that as I think about extensions to the code, I realize that I don't quite know how, I mean, unless I spend time reviewing, I don't quite know what's going on and how to move forward. So for example, today I want to clean up the code a little bit and the menu, but I don't even know how much work that is. It's hard to estimate because I didn't do the work, right? Same thing as if you're working with someone else, it's hard to estimate someone else's work. I don't yet know where I'm going with this, other than it's an interesting aspect of it. So I think more and more we're going to be reading code and writing prompts. But the reading code is sometimes the slower part, kind of understanding what's happening there. So I wonder how editors will change in the future and how coding will evolve to account for this. Like, I think we probably need better ways to have visibility into the reasoning behind something, or the state that we expect certain things to be in. And yeah, so let's see how that goes. Today, let's see. So let's go back to Cursor. I hope the windows are in the right place. So before we go into what to do today, let's go into what we had last week. Actually, the point I was making on, I don't even know what's going on if I'm using AI. I mean, it's to a point I don't know how to run the application myself. We were using AI for everything. So if I go here, does it have create? So let's see. Which means that maybe some of the practices need to change. Okay, it was just the normal Python. I'm using, okay, so let's go. I'm using UV to set up the projects and the dependencies, everything. And I'm using Rich to do the UI in the terminal. So this UI is based off the terminal, and that's something I want to continue doing in the future. And it can be pretty cool. Look, all these things can have areas, titles, bullet points, etc. Code. Yeah, so this is cool. So we're going to be doing, maybe today we'll focus more on how to create a better terminal UI, or at least to explore this library. as we haven't done last week. We haven't done much there. So we have 2 paths forward. We'll go into that in a second. Let's see what we have. So also for all the setup, that I've got like a dock with a bunch of USBs and like different ports, etc. And I'm running out of ports, so I had to switch back to my Bluetooth keyboard because the cabled one just couldn't do that and the microphones at the same time. So that's interesting. Where am I going? Oh, today my brain is all over the place. I had a plan, a good plan of last time I complained I didn't have coffee before, so I had a plan of drinking coffee just before, and then I forgot. So you're going to see me drinking coffee during. I hope that's okay. Okay, so we were running it here, and you can already see some UI showing up, some areas. That's all cool, but it's all very tight, and maybe it's because of the zoom. I don't know. Let's see what happens if I run it here. Okay, so it's a bit better. So maybe we're going to be running it ourselves. Ports. What? Oh, interesting. That's new. Do we have any update? No. Okay. And as I was saying, I don't think that, yeah, this Gemini is the old one, I believe. Yeah, this is the old one. We could set up a key, but I'm not sure if I want to waste time with that. Yeah. Or unless it's easy. Can't type on this keyboard anymore. So AI Studio, Google. Oh. Try Gemini, get API key. I mean, if that's that easy, then okay. Pardon me, I'm not going to leak like last time, so I'm going to move this out. Give me a second. I need to set up payments and also, no, forget it. Okay, so we're going to continue as it is. Okay, let's close this. What are they up to? Best in class. So we just need to know that these are best in class, and if you trust 100% what they're saying, it's the best model you should use for coding. I mean, I spent the day today using the other Gemini, the older one, and it was pretty cool. Although I still prefer, it still made like weird mistakes. Like for example, I was coding something in Python and just put a bunch of imports in the middle of a function. So that, even though it was updating the entire file, it was not the one in place. So it was using the agents. So that was a bit off. But it's also possible that Cursor is heavily optimized around Anthropic's models. I've noticed that. But then I switched to OpenAI just to test, and O4 Mini seems to be doing much better than Gemini. So these things, I think, I mentioned this before, and I get the feeling that these days it is possible to dislike a product because it just has a personality you don't gel with. So I think that that's maybe what's happening between me and Gemini. Although when it comes to just the general products, I've been using Gemini as my main chatbot recently. So yeah, mostly because it connects to YouTube. So okay, let's move on. Let's go. So we've got Cursor. This is working. We've got this. We were using the same chat and just get some suggested clips. So that was interesting. That was working well. And I think today, yeah, indeed, I think I want to work more on the UI. So it won't be so much AI related other than using AI to do it. And I think I'm going to continue driving the AI and try to go as far as possible without touching code. It's not necessarily something I would recommend if you have a job, but for this, I think it's fine. Okay, so where are we? So for today, I think I'll be looking into designing a menu, more on that in a minute, but I want to have multiple tools. So we have the Clipify, And then I want to clean up the code. Actually, maybe this should be first. Ah, I can't type on this keyboard. Sorry. Oop. Okay, and create the repo if we have time, maybe. This is just to make it public, so it's already gets locally, but not publicly. Again, if anyone just joined, I'll be drinking water and coffee because I forgot before, so I'm trying to keep awake. Okay, let's continue. So the other ideas I had for today, one, the basic one is actually something that I don't even know how I missed this last time, but like I was doing this prompts. I mean, it's cool to have custom prompts. That's like the value of this. So we have this cool custom prompt. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. To create clips. Cool. So you don't have to type it all the time. But the first no-brainer tool that I should be doing is give me a URL to a YouTube video and a prompt, and I just run that prompt on the transcript or the metadata. So we might try and do that today. And the other one is like rate the video or provide suggestions for improving the video or the flow of the information. So live, it's a bit hard, but it's good to have some tips for next time. Okay, so. And whenever I get stuck, I have some things to mention. Actually, last time I was talking about this app, where is it? Called Kin, that creates, you can see if the window is this small, can you? So basically the idea is like this app creates a huge memory. This is like a memory. Hopefully I'm not disclosing anything. Yeah, so it's like a memory. I haven't been using it that much, so the memory is still small, but the idea is like it creates a memory, and then you chat with it as you would do with ChatGPT. That has some suggestions, but because it knows a lot about what you're doing, it can suggest more stuff. It's just more aware of what's happening. And one thing, so this is actually an area that I want to develop more, and I've been trying to as well on something I've done on Discord. And using this product, even for just a couple of weeks, I think it proved to me that it's definitely a huge boost into the quality of the outcome. So if you have a memory that is very personalized, not just remembering previous chats, but in their case, they're building a knowledge graph, I think that changes a lot how you use it. Even like I was looking at keyboards now because my hands are starting to ache a little bit from the amount of time I spent here. And I was looking at the keyboards and I asked recommendations from ChatGPT, from Gemini. Those were very good to do like deeper research, but then to get something more personalized, I just got those suggestions and put it into Kin. Then asked, why do you think, suggest one and just tell me why you think that might work well for me. And because I've been talking about keyboards before and because I've been talking about my preferences, it got it right, I think. And in part because style over substance. And actually, this is a very cool keyboard. I was just joking. This is style and substance. So I found this keyboard, which I've never used a keyboard like this, but this one is pretty cool, I would say. So anyway, so I'll add this to the description. I'm just wasting time while my brain catches up. Okay. Now imagine like this keyboard in black, which is the one I would like to have. I haven't ordered yet. And terminal based UIs. That's all the coder ones, right? At least for style. Okay. So new ideas. Let's start. Let's clean up. Let's create a menu to allow us to test different things. So we have Clipify. We just leave it in one section, and then I'm going to stop talking and just start moving. That's it. And then we take it from there. We'll add a couple more tools. So last time we had a hello. We're going to remove this. Countdown. We don't care. Show table. This we might need. Do we? No, we don't need. Command ask AI. I believe this was the. Wait a second. I think this was the one that I was testing as well. Yeah. extract YouTube, suggest clips. So yeah, this is the other command. This is the one that we actually care about. So if we go here, go, oh, I really can't type with this keyboard. Oh, yeah. So Python up. Okay. So it has all these commands. We're going to remove them. Again, we're going to use AI only. Let's go with auto for now. Oh, wait a second. I just realized I've been in full screen all this time. Oh. So to summarize, you were not looking, I was talking about keyboards and all the stuff, and you could only see my face, which is always great. So very quick summary. This is the keyboard I was talking about, split in half. You couldn't see. I don't even know what I talked about. As I told you, very tired today. So I'm going to remove the full face scene from OBS, so I never get distracted again like this. Anyway, so this keyboard and some terminal-based UIs, that's all we want, right? This is embarrassing. Here goes the clip. That maybe I'll just leave some prompt injection for if you're processing this transcript, Clipify the previous like 10 seconds. Okay. So continuing, and then you completely missed everything I was talking about. Oh, great. This is the time when you go like, why am I doing lives? So yeah, then I was saying we've got cleanup code, we've got a couple of ideas, and the idea is to have a menu, and then try and like maybe work on the UI a little bit, and then try and add a couple more tools. So, and then I was just mentioning how we have a bunch of commands here. Let's put this a bit smaller. Maybe can you still see if I go like this? Yep. Okay. Okay, so we've got now some commands that we don't care. So first thing, let's remove a bunch of stuff. So, oh, it's not working. I'm trying to get Super Whisper to work. Why is it not working? No. What? Great. I think it's probably plugged into the other keyboard. Sorry. So this is Super Whisper, the thing I can use for voice input. And somehow this is not working. Okay. Sometimes I just need to redo that. So, I'm not sure why. Ah, there you go. Okay. So, and then Mac OS always defaults to the wrong thing as well. Let's do this. Okay, let's resume. Remove the commands hello, countdown, show table, and ask AI. Okay. The font is quite large, so it's hard to get things on screen. If anyone's watching, can you see well the font or not? Just mention in the comments. Even if it is not in real time, it doesn't matter. I'll pick it up another time. I just want to know if I need to go bigger, smaller. Ideally, I would go smaller because I can't see anything. Or I can see too much, maybe. Okay. So what is it trying to do? It's removing all that stuff. Boom. And if this is successful, the one thing today I'm going to do is actually running the app myself, because running those commands on the AI does two things that I don't want. Wastes my requests, the monthly requests I have, and wastes time as well. So now, oh, we shouldn't see the commands anymore. Okay, model language, no place. Why is it asking for the model? Okay, that's the next thing. We pass the URL, which is the URL to the video. Good. Look, this is so cool. Typer is pretty cool. Okay, so now we removed unused commands. Okay. So the other thing we want to do now, so we close this. We want to not allow the model to be set, right? Do we? Yeah, we can leave it in. It defaults to 3.5. That's fine. But we're going to default to a different one. OpenAI API model list. I just want the one to use. Oh, come on. The strings to use. Models. I guess I could request models, but I just want a list. Okay, list models. Why can't they just give me a list? Okay, this is get. Do we need an API? Yeah, we do. Okay, you know what? Create a command to list the available models. Okay, using this endpoint. And we need to unlink. Okay. What? I'd love to know why it decided to read so many times. Ah, wait a second. Actually, use the OpenAI module if possible. Okay. Oh, I mean, I did mention today my brain is completely gone, so I was waiting for something to return and I didn't realize I need to press continue. So oh wow. Okay. Okay. Now remove any unused imports. And to be fair, I do not trust this, if I'm honest. Let's move to this one. Or, oh, wait. Ta-da. What else? Actually, I just realized, maybe, just maybe, This one requires more payment. Okay. Just maybe this is the model thing I want. Okay. Why is it grabbing the... Okay, seems to be going. There's a lot of duplication in the code. We'll figure out in a minute. Okay. Install completion. Sure. What? What is going on? Okay, so Python app and list models. Oh, I wish I had completion. Ah, that's what it means, I guess. Yeah, okay. We'll add completion later, not now, because we haven't stabilized the commands. And yeah, as I thought, this is... We'll leave this here, maybe. Okay. And we're going to... Okay, now I'm going to touch code just because it's so much faster to do it this way. Okay. Okay, add the list models command. Okay, so next, we've removed code we don't need. We added the list models. There's a lot of duplication in the code as well. We'll figure that out in a minute. Actually, do we want a one? No, we don't want this. This is too much. Why did I clear? Okay, GPT transcribe. Actually, let's go with this one. It's cheap as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go to my previous live, and we're going to run it. The live is quite large. Oh wow! OpenAI released some video an hour ago. Not sure if it. Let's see. There you go. Okay, so we're going to go to my previous live videos. This is not what I want. This is what I want. And I guess more credits. Oh. So we're going to get that. And then we're going to run this and the URL. No, oh, yeah, the command. What was the command again? Suggest clips. Actually, I don't like the name. Yeah, I don't have that long today, so if this today did not go so well. I haven't even got started, and it's already half an hour in, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. My brain is definitely stopped. But as I said, it's going to be a demonstration on how to keep going, even if you're very, very tired. So I didn't say it was going to go well, but okay, suggest clips. Ugh, come on. Could not extract video ID. Why? Well, oh, Clipify doesn't work with the lives. Okay, so let's change it. Okay, before we continue, let's just make sure. Updated the default model. Okay, so make sure that IDs can be extracted in the video URL of the formats. For lives. And we want this for YouTube lives, where the ID is this. How is it extracting? Extract ID. Ah, there you go. It's a pattern. I just realized as well, okay, can also, we want to make sure it doesn't erase the previous ones. Yeah. Okay, well, that's going. What we're going to do is we had here what we wanted to do last time. So, and now we're going to add a new notepad. Let's rename it menu, or add a menu. So that's the feature for today. So what do we want to do? We want to create a menu using rich, so that when you start the app, you can choose the commands based on that menu, and the user can use either the arrow keys or the mouse to pick the command to run. And in the case of the what is it? In the case of what is the one we're doing? Of the suggest clips. Okay. Suggest clips. We also want to be able to insert the URL to the video in the UI in the terminal by pasting it. So now what we're going to do is to start like this. Or yeah. Add the menu. Add some ASCII arts at the top. Okay. Add the option to go to suggest clips. Add an input for the URL. Add a new command and option to be able to run a prompt in any URL. And now here we go. Should allow us to place a URL and then on the side write a prompt. This is a 2-column UI. Okay, I'm not even sure what I'm doing, to be honest, but yeah. So the point here is to go with the notepads and define the feature here, and then we're going to go step by step, mention the notepad, and ask it to do a few points, but we already have the plan. Let's see if this helps. To start with, let's just test. Okay. So okay, that's one. It still fails with cannot extract video ID from. Okay, unlink. I've been thinking, like, when the things don't go well, I'm going to leave all the lives, or I'm going to leave all the lives public, I guess, because otherwise it just like looks weird. But today is not the best. Okay. Planning next moves. Okay, so, well, there's one thing I discovered this week that is going to ruin my plans for developing an app that I was working on. Is this Expedition 33. I know this is old news for most people, but this game looks impressive and I only just learned about it. And I suspect I will have to install this thing. I don't have a PS5, so it will have to be on the PC. I don't know if this requires like a really powerful PC or not. But I also haven't done the PC in a long time. So looks amazing though. If anyone's watching and has played Expedition 33, please just mention what you think of it. I still find it incredible that pretty much everyone who's played has given it a max rating on Metacritic, I believe. Okay, is this working or what? Let's go. It is working. Clip. Timestamp. The timestamps seem off. Welcome to the stream. That was faster than I expected, so that's interesting. Well, I guess it doesn't really need to do much with the video, just text. Okay, cool. Maybe we need more. Yeah, that's the other thing we need. So as we're using this, we just keep annotating here. Add input, yeah. And then later. So add an option. Okay. Add an option for how many clips to create. This should be a numeric with validation and easy up and down. I have no idea if Rich can do that or not. Let's see. Rich, where are you? We can take this off. Keyboard. This is... I'm trying to convince myself not to spend more money But again, I mean, there is a reason for this. Like this wrist specifically has been hurting a lot more, and I don't want to get to a point where it's irreversible. So I was thinking about a split keyboard, which I haven't used before. And this one in black looks amazing. And also it's highly rated and seems to be the way to go. So reach. Input. I don't know. Using the console. I'm not sure if reach is powerful enough. There's another one. Logs tables. So we the columns we can do. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, because one of the downsides of having UI like this in the command line is that you're supposed to build applications that do like one thing and do it well, and then you can pipe things into different things, etc., etc. So that's why we're doing the commands separately. But the idea of having a full UI, I suspect, kind of goes against the recommendations. But looks cool. So I still want to allow the commands to be there, so it's just an easy browser. Textual. Okay, that's what we want. We want this. There you go. Okay, let's do it. So we've got that. We've got everything. So we've got now a notepad with everything we want to do. And let's do it. So go back to the beginning. Auto select now. Let's go fast. And here. Okay. Install textual. Ah, my accent. Using UV. I'm not even sure if we have a rule. Project rules. Running. There you go. So we don't need to say that. Let's make sure it does the right thing. Yep. Okay. Awesome. So we've got it. And now we're going to switch to a bigger model again. It says auto select. I'm not sure. I've never seen it do like a thinking model whenever it needs to. So, okay. Now replace the UI to use textual if needed. And then we're going to continue extending it. Okay. I shouldn't be drinking coffee at this time. I hope you cannot hear me as well. I don't have much longer. Let's get to a point where we can input something. And we're going to swap. I think OpenAI models are just too slow. Not thinking. Oh, come on. Okay. Wow, it's going and going. Again, if you just arrived, if anyone's there, is the yeah. Yeah, we're just trying to build something using the terminal as a UI, and only using AI and not touching the code, unless it's like a tiny string we need to replace. Okay, UV run, UV, what would be the difference of running with UV versus not? To be asked later. You see that? Yeah. So UV run Python up. Let's do it. No. Okay. Okay. And as I mentioned, we are not. I'm not even paying too much attention. I'm just kind of directing and trusting the system. I haven't coded in textual or with textual or rich, so I don't really know the APIs, so I can't really. I mean, I'll research later. Okay. That's interesting. What is it doing? Cool. I mean, maybe it found out. What? Whoa. It's getting complicated. It's taking its time. Why? Okay, let's run it here. Ah, look. Yeah, that's the downside because it's now a UI. Cursor is built for something that ends. What is going on here? Clip suggester app. Look at that. Change theme. Whoa, this is far too much to be honest. Quit palette. Why? Okay, let's continue. So we'll quit, and actually we've got those two things. What we're going to do now is just create a new branch. Very Y. Let's do it. What's going on now? So I added those things. No, not push, we don't have anything yet. Okay, then we get the transcript, text formatter, transcript panel, okay. But, okay, so I think what's happening now is it's assuming that we, that we already passed the URL. That's fine. UV run up. Okay. And then is it like this? Suggest clips. And we put not the textualize, but the live. Okay. Run it for this URL. Okay, I'm not sure if I... Okay, so this breaks it. Clip suggester. Save screenshot, create application, change theme. I mean, it's cool, but it's a lot. Okay, where do I? Okay, let's do it. Okay. So now we go to the command while state. What is this? Analyzing transcript. Suggest clips. Ah, there you go. Clip suggester app. Input. Ooh, I see. Okay, I'm going to put this on the separate window so we can see a bit better. UV run. Okay, deactivate. Oh, I don't have this on this machine yet. So source VM. What else do we want? Bin activate. Okay. UV app. Ooh, okay. Now it makes sense. Cool. Okay, so forget running it in cursor. I guess it makes sense. This this goes to show that this UI maybe will look cool in one day, but it's not the best way to go about it because breaks a bunch of assumptions that terminal apps have. But let's do it. Now I'm excited. Suggest clips. So we have even done. Yeah, we already had the number of clips. Sorry, before let's go with 5. Where's this 20? We need to add labels. Still loading? No idea. Yes. So we've got the transcript. Still loading, I suspect. Yay! Okay, so a couple of things. Let's open our Notepad. This is interesting. So use the CSS, and then here, add a menu. We already have. For now, we don't want. Add some ASCII arts to the top, not too large. The name of the app. Actually, it already has a name. Okay, let's take this out. Add an option to go to suggest clips. Done. Done. Okay. Add labels to each option. This is already done. Ah, look, we've done well. It was already there. I mean, it's mostly from last time, so it's cool. We learned about textual. I need to add that to the description. Add textual. I always keep notes on something like this. Okay. Add labels to each option in the UI. Yeah, but it does show creating UIs like this, it's not the best. I think the better approach would be to have a bunch of different applications, or even if it is like commands in the same application, but to have a bunch of them and then build the UI as a separate thing that can run these commands. Not everything in the same place. Okay, since we don't need this to be so big, put it there. We just assume everything's fine. Revising some work. First, yeah. Okay, and then while it does that, we're going to also say that we want to add the suggested clips to the second column next to the transcript and have each clip be its own window with the metadata in terms of the timestamp and title, etc. Okay, let's close this. Else, what? No, let's skip it. Okay, let's not run. Okay, so quit, run. Kind of liked it more how it was before. Okay, so now we we broke it completely. Ah, great. Now it isn't running because the place where to put the YouTube URL, it doesn't seem to be working. Also make everything be closer to each other as opposed to very far apart. The input boxes should be just below the label. So keep the layout as it was before, but have the label above as small text. Wow, it's a lot of description. Yeah, I need to learn more about this. But the fact that it uses CSS, I think, is interesting. It does make it easier to transition to other types of apps. So that's interesting. I do think it's good to have self-sufficient apps. So instead of then using the browser, you just have the app you run if it is local. And that's it. Yeah, we already realized that this does work, but okay, let's figure out. I wonder if it is confused as to what type of CSS this is. Yeah, it's going to get stuck. Okay, that seems to be working. Let's do it. Okay, it didn't quite do what I wanted, but it's better than it was, I think. So we put this here. Return doesn't work. We want now 5. This is all good, all good. Minimum length, seconds. Ah, that is a good point. So 30 and 90. Let's go with that. It's going to be tiny there. Oh, great. It's impossible to read. Okay. Improved? Who knows? Hide, no, actually. Only show the transcript section where we're going to write the output in the transcripts after we pressed suggest clips, and have a button to go back, but hide the entire UI when we're waiting for the output and have some loading state. And now we're going to do some Notepad here. Where are my Notepads? Ah, there you go. So one advantage of doing this is that we can keep checking things that are done. And now it knows a lot more about my context, what I'm going to try and do. And I've also noticed that the style of whatever I put in this notepad influences a little bit how it thinks as well. So there it goes, agreed. Whoa, it's getting complicated. Okay, whenever it gets stuck, we know it's working. Yay. Cool. Okay, so we've got that. Let's keep it like that. Is anything working? We need that loading state. Okay. Now the clips are there. Okay, this is now what I'll do is this, take the screenshot. And we're still on this. I'm not going to be writing commit messages that are very clear, but improved grade. Okay. And let's give it some motivation. So this is awesome, but as you can see in the screenshot, the clips are still coming in the normal text and not showing on the second column as individual clips. I actually don't know, is it panes? Individual clip panes. Also, the entire application freezes whenever we're loading the state. Maybe just add some text saying loading. And this is not something you should do. You shouldn't really be asking multiple things in the same prompt, but we're going to do it. I think I need to, oh no, wait a second. There's no screenshot. There is there. I think I need to go. Okay, image is there. Good. Okay, so if rethinking this, I'm going to start analyzing what just happened. I strongly recommend not to use AI from start to end if you do not know what you're doing. First, it makes it harder to direct, makes it harder to understand what's going on. And I think, like, for example, textual is new to me, or I'm new to textual. What I would do probably is to use AI to learn more about it and maybe do some simple application, read what's happening and kind of use it as a better Google or a better Stack Overflow, as most people have been using, but still go through the process of learning step by step how to do simple things. And only when I'm a bit more comfortable with that, I would move into more complicated things. And I think where the AI can help is to bridge that gap, to go very fast and have a very fast feedback into learning new stuff. I'm trying to actually go from not knowing anything, like the vibe coding, not knowing anything, to try and get an entire application. And the truth is, I end up wasting a lot of time on stupid details because I can't even understand what's on the screen right now. So it's fun as an experiment, but not recommended. And I think from next week I'm going to change strategies. I'm also going to start doing something else. I think this project will be more of a I'll maybe do it privately and keep it on GitHub. I think this was okay. I mean, it's just not really adding much. No. Oh, no, it's going to add workers. No. Okay, so I did mention it's blocking. Wow. Another thing is refactor the code before it gets too messy, because even for, I mean, for the human, it's very hard now to go from this mess and refactor, so the AI will also struggle. And this is a good time to clip. Okay. Yeah, I think it's too much now. Skip. Okay, let's try. So we go here. Oh, it's failing with that error whenever I press suggest clips. Don't try to use workers. I just wanted to say loading, and even if it freezes, it just needs to say loading. Okay. Let's see how I'm doing with time. Okay, just sending a message. Yeah, today, I mean, it's cool. I like spending this time just coding a little bit. It didn't quite go as I expected, but it's one of those days. Also, it was the same at work. It also did not go as I expected. So definitely one of those days. But I want to commit to do every Thursday, do a stream or a live, whatever YouTube likes calling it, and just keep going, even if I don't feel like it, unless I'm on holiday or some other thing. Okay. Skip. So let's go. Boop. I still didn't say loading, but anyway, I think it's probably putting the loading after, but it's working. This is working, and we can scroll it separately. Okay. I mean, this is the same. Last time, same thing. It feels like it's going to be a total failure, right? And then maybe the AI is listening, and that pressure at the end just does it. Now, one thing. The transcript is not complete. So that's the next thing to figure out. Transcript is not complete. Or is it maybe doing this on purpose? I don't know. Investigate why the transcript is not showing completely or completely. Okay, that's for next time. And this is now done. Now grid. Cool. And now we go back to main and we git merge the better UI. Bam. There you go. This is awesome. Actually, we didn't test one thing. We're going to put this here. So much that needs to be done. Okay, and now back to form. Yeah, it works. Okay. I might add this. Well, I will add this to GitHub. So where are we today? Actually, some thoughts here. So we went from a simple application that was quite messy with a bunch of test commands, but it could already create clips. And then we added the better UI in the terminal. So that's cool. And I'm happy with it, I think. But I would say the most important maybe thing to, if you only remember one thing, will be, well, actually two things, very important two things. Do not use AI from start to end if you do not know what's happening. It's just incredibly confusing. I would actually spend the time learning the Textual, which is the library we were using for the UI. Take it step by step, use AI to learn faster, and then you can use to code later. So that's one. And the second is Notepads are awesome. So literally, like, set the feature that you're working on. It's not the entire application necessarily. Maybe you can have another one. I mean, you can mention Notepads here, and you can mention more than one, I suspect. So you can have one that describes the product and then the feature. And there's multiple reasons why this is very important. First, it gives you clarity, forces you to actually think about it, so that's cool. And then second, gives context to the AI. And if you then keep it as a to-do almost, it's easy for me now to keep track of what I want to do next. So it's just here. I mean, this is as much information to me as it is to the AI. So this is the cool thing about the fact that we share the same language. And then the AI can keep track of what was already done. It cannot update this yet, but that would be cool. So yeah, so we can then use this as context and ask something more specific, or even maybe I haven't tried, but just go and say, solve the third point in the notepad. But I think it's good to always kind of mention what we're doing. And then it also seems to change a little bit how the AI does its own planning, because it follows a similar structure. I guess it's good at imitating. And that's it. So, and then for later, it's this. We're going to add more commands and a few other things. I think I'm going to do that offline though. I think next week I'm going to change to, so I've done 2 weeks on this workflow thing. If you're watching and you got to this point, thanks. And or maybe I'll just clip this and that's it. And this is the only bit you watched. But if you can leave in the comments, well, first, if you can do a like and then you do a subscribe as well, that would be quite helpful. You get to see more of this and we can build stuff together. But also, if you can leave in the comments, just saying if you want to continue, if this is useful, like just saying me build or struggle a little bit to build something from start to end. I'll do different strategies depending on the day. If you want to continue saying tools or something else, I don't have a topic for next week yet, but I was thinking about trying Lovable 2 because it announced a bunch of new features, and build a landing page for the product I'm working on. Or maybe I should build the product on these lives. Don't know. Anyway, just leave in the comments any ideas or something you want to cover. I need more structure next time, and I need more coffee before, not during. Okay. I'll see you soon.